I'm here, guys. Just give me a second to set this up. I'm gonna clear what we're doing. Thought I was sharing already. Yeah, think we're sharing. Where am I? Right. I'm on. I need to add myself to the stream. Right, who we got in? Hope everybody's alright. So, hi Daisy, yo Blistering, Dutchy, who else we got in? Got Ron, how's it going, dude? Let's go down the list. Anne, welcome to the stream. Johnny, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're well. Let's get down. Winnie, welcome. Brady, how's it going, dude? Craig, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. If, hang on, anybody wants to come on the stream, keep us company, I'll put a link in the chat now, hopefully. Yeah, if anybody wants to come up, keep us company, you're more than welcome. Yeah, so today's topic is the basic mining terms. Sometimes I use the mining terms in my videos, and half the time I forget that some of you guys haven't got a clue what the terms are. So yeah, so hopefully you enjoy the stream. If I'm a bit sound a little bit nervous, my anxiety and my nerves are through the roof, so hopefully we'll do pretty good. Yeah, so I'll start sharing. Let me just check my phone for a second, guys. Welcome, Liam. Hope you're doing all right, dude. So yeah, I've got YouTube running on my phone. It's a job to keep an eye on two screens and the camera. So yeah, so we got 10 people in. We'll give it a few minutes, and then we'll go into talking about different mining terms. Hi, Challenging. Hope you're doing all right. That's awesome, Craig. I do a bit of metal teching myself. There is a live stream on the channel, a video, sharing my bits and bobs I found over the years. Johnny. Well, I was sat watching TV on for the last hour, and my nerves are through the bloody roof. So yeah, I was terrible. Mr. Bean, welcome to the chat. Awesome as always. On stream, as I can't tell who's blue or not. JCT, welcome to the stream. So yeah, got a bit of Dutch courage. To help her along the way. Let me just check my phone for a sec. The link's in the chat. Just let me know if you're in the backstage, unless I can see. Thank you, challenging. So we got 10 in, so we might as well start on the mining terms. I gotta try and make sure I face the camera, but my screen is over to the side. So what we'll do, so we'll keep it like that. We'll keep it like that for now. Sorry if I missed somebody coming in. Let me go. Right, let me see if this works. I haven't quite worked out yet how to get these pictures full screen without it slowing the PC down and crashing the stream. So hopefully, we'll go back into the StreamYard. So hopefully you guys can see these pictures well enough. Can you put a thumbs up if you can see these pictures good? Yo, Yankee Kyle, how's it going, buddy? I'm Zaxon. Welcome to the stream. Cheers, Johnny. Thank you very much. So it's a bit weird for me, this, because I know the camera still don't watch me. So can you all put thumbs in the chat? Let me know if you can see these pictures well enough. Let me go back in there. Thumbs up. Great. Thank you, Daisy, Craig, Liam, Challenging. So let's go back into screen sharing. I did a test recording last night, and never to load. So if you can see fine, I guess it'd be great. So this water very rare in the UK. From my understanding, there's only 2 of these surviving in the UK. This one is still underground, as you see it. And those of you who are lucky to come on the meetup in August will get to see this water wheel. Blistering, you'll get to see this one, dude. This second picture here, I'm not sure if it's a little slight delay. In my voice and me actually showing the picture. As you can see here, guys, in some of the mines, this is how we get in. Slip through a pipe like that. That's awesome, Donna. Afternoon, Adrian. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. So if we go down, pardon me. So this picture here now, you'll often hear me talking about an open stope in my videos. So an open stope is a stope which has been carved out where the lode or vein was, and an open stope, as described, it opens up to the surface. So this is an open stope. Yeah, some of the places I go to, Craig, a lot of you will know I go into some seriously tight crawl spaces. Seriously tight crawl spaces. Moving on to above ground picture here now. I couldn't put these into order as I wanted to. This is a decline. So the ore would have been brought out of the mine higher up and brought down, being declined to the buildings and processing area. Next picture we're at here. Obviously, this is another stope. You see the hanging wall here at the top. On the other side here. And when I say my videos talk about a pillar, this is what we call a pillar in a mine. It's basically a piece that the miners have left to help keep the mine stable. Sorry, just give me a second, guys. Just going through the comments just in case I've missed a comment or something. The next picture we look at, this is a water wheel we have here, and this is a replica of a Roman water wheel. This is a water wheel what the Romans would have used inside the mine to drain the mine. And how they would drain the mine with these small water wheels is at the bottom, just for argument's sake, this is the cavern. They would have the first water wheel there at the very bottom. Next one up here. So this water wheel would bring the water up to the next water wheel. The next the water from the second will go up to the third, so on and so on. So this is, and you can actually go and see this water wheel in a museum in Wales. My chat seems to freeze on my phone. Yo Twig, mate, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're doing good. If anybody wants to come up, the link is up in the chat there somewhere. You're all welcome. So, moving on from the Roman water wheel. Oopsie daisy. Done the stope. Let me just. So just checking that we were still sharing. This is the winds. Can any of you in chat tell me the difference between a shaft and a winds? I know I'm Saxon will be able to answer that. So, can anybody else tell me the difference between a winds and a shaft? They are both vertical blistering. Both are vertical. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, people. I'm trying to look at the chat. Hi, Angela. If I haven't said hello to you early on, welcome into the chat. A, a difference between a shaft and a winds. A mine shaft will go to the surface. A winds is when you go into a mine, you'll have a hole in the floor and the winds will go down to lower levels. A winds does not go to the surface, break out to the surface. So a mine shaft goes to the surface, down. A winds starts from inside the mine and goes down. So that's the basic difference. Here we got a nice example of a miner's wooden wheelbarrow. These are extremely rare. Extremely rare. I'm just trying to catch up and close, Craig. Mine shaft goes to the surface. Winds start from inside the mine, like in the picture here, and that goes down. You also get an engine shaft, which is very similar to a normal shaft. The only difference with the engine shaft is you have the pumping mechanism for pumping water out of the mine. So you'll have a rising main pipe going up, usually around, try to remember there, a good 6 or 8 inches in diameter, the rising main, and you will have the pumping rods in the shaft as well. So a engine shaft will have the rising main and the pumping rods and gubbins. So moving on, let me just check StreamYard. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at the camera and screen on my phone. So this picture here, you'll hear me talking about the main haulage adit and a drift. This will be the main haulage adit, and you have a drift coming off. This drift, they stopped there. Obviously, they didn't find any ore there, so they carried the main adit that way. You'll also see me talking about portals. That should be self-explanatory. The portals of go in and out. And as in this picture, we see some awesome portals to mines with the ferns and greenery coming in. So that's a portal. So this wheel here in all the mines I've been in. But I do what it basically does. This part of the mine here has a 90-degree bend in the tunnel. So the tunnel comes up here and turns 90 degrees right that way. So I understand that there's a wire rope that comes down here from the end portal up the adit, and it keeps the tension of the wire up the back here around the wheel and the inside corner of the tunnel here, or adit. You'll also see me talking about stopes, and this is basically a stope, and you'll see the timbers are going across in places here. Sometimes you'll see the false floors or platforms and stuck rock above it. See the rope coming down. I've obviously come down from the top and rope down here. Yo, Colonel, hope you're doing well, buddy. Now, Colonel will know more of the mining terms than me. I am a novice with the mining terms. So if I do a mistake somewhere with the term, I know Colonel will put me right. In this picture here, you can see the old timbers going across here. So that will be a platform, and this actually drops down. This is a slope, and this goes up to the surface, and we call this an open slope. Hopefully that's self-explanatory. So an open slope is a big slope that opens up to the surface. A difference between an open slope and a normal slope. An open slope goes up to the surface, while a normal slope does not go to the surface. Just trying to keep up with yo Scooby, yo Scoobs. Thank you, Winnie, as I seen you put a link out there. Thank you very much. Moving on, so we just spoken about the slope and the difference between a normal slope and an open slope. Just pop into StreamYard to make sure I'm still sharing. So we're still sharing. Right. Hi, Bud Files. Hope you're doing well. One of the most awesomest channels on YouTube. Next picture we look at. I'm hoping one here. So so you'll hear me talking about seeing awesome hobnail boot prints, and basically hobnail boots were the miners' boots prints. So you can see the nails of the hob, the nails, and you can see the hob part in the back. I think I mixed that up a bit. Again, the nails and you can see the hob there, and again there. These are very, very rare to see. You only find these in places where the normal mine explorer won't go. These ones here, these hob boot prints here, the picture was from the mine where I spent 5 hours digging the collapse to get in. So I was the first to be in here for many years. So that was awesome. We'll skip this, but this is this was taken at a unnamed mine in Wales, and this is very rare to see surface buildings as well. For some reason my chat keeps freezing. Thank you, Daisy. It is awesome. I get so... thanks, Scooby. Cheers, Scoobs. I seen you put a comment in. Don't know who that ugly mug is there. It's just a picture of looking back, me dangling on a rope, looking back up to the surface. Welcome back, Liam. Yo, viewerless videos. Welcome to the stream, fellow Welshman. Here, let me just check are we sharing the picture. E.T., I don't need to explain more about that. Just happened to be in this mine where I took his picture. They were drones, Arlen drones. Bit of a coincidence. Moving on to the interesting photos. You'll hear me a lot in mines. They are one of the big dangers in mines. We have a top up and son have a dry mouth for yakking it. So we'll talk about false flows. This false flow, you can see the timber's going to cross, and then the beams will be going this way. This false flow and slope has been filled in, so you can see the rocks have been filled in here. Slight dip there, but we'll see some more false flows coming up in pictures again. And these to find in the mines. These alien-looking formations. And believe it or not, these are taken hundreds of years to form. You're talking around 100 years, 150 years to form to that stage. So these are always awesome to see. Let me just quickly look at chat. Lag King. Am I lagging the Scoobs? Am I lagging, people? Can someone let me know in chat if I'm lagging? Cheers, Ron. Thanks. Cheers, buddy. So, moving on, you'll also hear me talking about a stack of deads. Thank you, and this ring, Winnie, viewers. Uh, you'll hear me talking about the stack of deads when we're in mines. I'm not sure if its pictures are good enough for you to see. I have got other pictures on here. No worries, Liam. Cheers, Twig. So basically a stack of deads is a stack of rock, waste rock, that the miners stacked on the side to save them taking it all out of the mine to the waste piles. So you'll see in a lot of places they would stack very neatly inside the mines and fill behind them. Sometimes you'll see in my videos, yo Will, Urban Legend, thanks for joining the stream. As I was saying, when we're in mines, you'll sometimes see a stack of rock, basically in the shape of the adit. And basically what they've done, they've backfilled the tunnel and then to stack the entrance with nicely stacked rock. Here we have another winds, and yes, there is a scaffold pipe there, good across, and a rotten rail there. And yes, I did cross that. You know, I'm crazy. Hang on a second. Let me just want to do that in chat. 2 seconds, guys. Bear with me for a second. Right. For you shiny rocks, this was a piece of crystally quartz I found down this mine. Some notes in the gold mine. Usually in lead mine, white. And normally in gold mines, you'll still have quartz. You'll have the dirty, rusty color quartz, and I believe the dirty color quartz, the rusty color quartz, is where the fine gold. I'm sure Colonel will correct me on that if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm led to believe. And I do have samples here of dirty quartz from gold mines that I'll meet up. So we'll come to the meetup. We'll have some free samples of quartz. And if you find gold in it, you can keep it. Yeah, I love finding different shiny rocks. This ring, awesome. You remember me talking about an open stope early on, where we were looking at the picture and we were inside the mine looking out. This is not a very good picture. Give me a second to put my phone on charge. That picture with the cursors on is a view of an open stope from the surface. Oh, phone charge. So I'm stood up on the hill looking into an open stope. Just give me a second, I need to just give me a second, I just need to plug my phone charger on before the phone goes in. I'm back. Yo Scars, I seen you coming in. Welcome to the stream. That's back. I'm gonna get my phone back on chat. Did I see Scooby saying he's going? Let me just, I gotta keep on refreshing my chat every now and again for some reason. If I've missed someone coming in, thank you for coming. Right, let me go back into this. Moving on to the next pictures. Hope you can see. If Saz catches this live stream, this is the only smoking I found inside the mine. And before anybody asks, no, I never remove artifacts from mines. When I go into mines, I leave no trace of my visit. So for the next segment, the same joy is in finding these artifacts. Moving on to this picture. This is a close-up of a pick marks in an ancient mine workings. So you'll see these pick marks. We call them coffin levels. I haven't seen the picture yet of a coffin level here, but when I mention a coffin level, these are the pick marks you'll see in them. So we'll come back to that after. I just switch my phone off. Right, coming to the interesting part. You'll sometimes hear me talking about a mine, a horse, whim, or a gin. So basically, a horse whim, you can see the path place to go over the horse here, and the long bar, wooden post or rail going across there. So this will be in, you can't really tell here, but behind the picture here is a big round cut out room. So this is inside the big room, a round circular room. So a horse swim or a gin basically will have powered either the rising main, pumping the water, or it could also be used to raise ore in an ore bucket, or kibble as I call it. So hopefully explains a bit more. I'll explain a bit more again. Let me just catch up with chat. Pony, yeah, because that's right, Ron. Could even be a donkey. Pony most likely because the tunnels weren't that tall. So the winds is here. So this rising main is going down. And here's the last picture I was showing you. We were up here. So that's the rising main going down the flooded winds. You still see the ladders coming down here, which is awesome. You'll also hear me talking about the cable. This is a cable. A cable is basically an ore bucket. They would have raised that up from lower levels and brought the ore up. So we call our cable anything else. When I seen these, I thought these were a small to be buckets. They're too small to be a kibble. I might be wrong, but don't quote me on this. So they're a very well made bucket, a wooden bucket, or a very tiny kibble. I think they're small buckets. I've just seen IB, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing all right. Who else we come in? Welcome in, Ultramag, Patriot for Life. Hope you're doing well. You'll also hear me talking about Gleaner. And in basic terms, Gleaner is lead ore. And lead ore, when it's cut fresh from inside the mine, it'll be a shiny silver in color. This picture is not very clear for you, but this is very shiny silvery color. Lead, basically lead ore. When you find lead ore or Gleaner outside on the waste rock piles, it will not be shiny silver like this in color. It'll be a dull gray because it would have been outside in the oxygen, in the fresh air, and oxidized. And when it's outside on the floor on the rock piles, it will turn a dull gray. And you'll sometimes see me picking up chunks with dull gray specks in it, which is basically a Gleaner that's oxidized. Hopefully everything is okay in the chat. ID, Welcome to the channel chat. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. One thing it's a joy to see your minds in this picture here is a perfect arched tunnel of stone, made of stone. These are perfect. I'm not sure in the picture, not sure if you've seen this picture, but actually this is rock, the actual rock where the cursor is in now here. Here and here perfectly. You would know there's a join between the stacked stone and the rock. Yo, buddy Biggs. Hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. You'll also hear me talking about an adit. And the adit basically is the way in from the portal to the mine. An adit is an access to the ore part body of the mine, and an adit also drains the water out of the mine. When the miners dig these tunnels, they will be digging from the portal. You see the light in the background there, and there'll be a slight gradient going in, so the water will always drain out the mine. Give me a second, guys. Kind of a dry throat talking. So yeah, I can't remember the exact gradient they would dig this out, but there is a slight gradient. Unless there's a blockage in the portal, the water will always run out. In some of the explorers I do, like the scary flooded mine, you'll see the water up to this height. That's only because there's some rubble or rock that's fallen down in the portal, and obviously the water backs up. But I love taking these shots where I can light the tunnel all the way as far as the eye can see. Let me just check in chat if I haven't missed anybody. Welcome in the chat, Al. Hope you're doing good. If I'm butchering someone's name, I apologize. So in this picture here, you'll see a sheet of steel. I was seeing Winnie saying hello to Colonel. If I mistaken an identity of mining term, please correct me if I'm wrong, Colonel. If I remember rightly, Colonel has worked in a mine. Colonel will correct you if I'm wrong, Viv, but I'm pretty sure I remember Colonel mentioned that to me. So he would be a better person to talk about terms, but I'm doing the best I can. The stuff above ground, the buildings and the different buildings and parts of the building, now that's what I struggle on. So maybe one day we can invite Colonel up on the channel and have a discussion on the buildings on the outside of mines. That would be awesome if that could happen. So going back to where I left off, this is what we call a muck sheet. And the miners would have used a muck sheet in the mines. Does fragments say if this was the end, this fragment say this dark part, they would put this muck sheet on the floor by the end of the tunnel, and when this with dynamite to to extend the tunnel, they would blast this, and all the rock will fall on top of the muck sheet on the floor here, and it's a lot easier to shovel off the smooth surface like this and stuff like that. Yo, Rasta, if anybody, I can see Winnie's already put the link in. If anybody is back, let me just double check. I can't see anybody backstage. I am actually on a different tab, so I'm actually not in StreamYard at this very second when I'm showing you these pictures. So if you do come up, you have to know in chat. Or just hang around in backstage for a bit. So you'll see me going on a lot about formations when I'm underground. I love seeing all the different types of formations. And these formations are awesome. Hanging down from the ceiling. So these formations you very rarely see in a mine. There's one mine where I've seen formations like this in a mine. And you'll see these formations in the Cumberstriff mine video, and I can't remember the name of the video now, but we go up those ladders. Cumberstriff, it was actually, was it number 5 or number 4 of my top 5 videos? I'm pretty sure it was number 5. Like I keep on telling some of you, my memory's like a sieve. In the mines, you also hear me talking about the hanging wall. This is what I call a hanging wall. So this is the rock here. The fault line would have been and they would have taken up maybe for us there. More awesome formations here. Who did I miss coming in? I think it was... Who did I miss coming in? Joe Dirt, welcome to the chat. So yeah, I love seeing these formations in the mines. Moving on to this picture here. It's a bit difficult to see. This is actually the side panel of an ore cart that's laying flat on the floor. You'll see pictures of ore carts in a mine, and you'll see the metal ones with rivets down the sides. They are very old ones, but these ones are even older again. I've got another picture of one of these in here somewhere. I'll point it out to you after. Talking about Cwmystwyth, sorry, not Cwmystwyth, Cwmreidol Mine. The videos where I was tangled because of all the orange colours. We call this a manway, and it's quite self-explanatory. This was a manway for the miners to go up and down from each levels. And this is the wooden side of the manway, and the other side of this wooden wall would have been either a skipway or where they chucked the ore down into an ore chute. And if I remember rightly, at the bottom of this manway, there's some sort of remains of an ore chute. So they would have chucked the ore down here. Hopefully I'm explaining to you guys a little bit better of mining terms. I'm no expert. I never pretend to be an expert. Cheers, Blistering. Thank you for putting the link up. Just quickly going through the in case I missed some coming in. Stephen, welcome to the channel. You'll also sometimes hear me talking about launder, and a launder is basically a wooden channel where the miners would channel the water away from where they were working. And in this manway, you can see the ladders going down there. But underneath me here, I'm stood on a platform. To the right of me is one of these launders, or a wooden channel, or a drain, gutter, whatever you want to call it. This going down here, which is going down this manway, is a sealed one. So it's got four sides. So basically it would bring the water from the top of a manway down the manway to the very bottom. It's basically to channel water away from where the miners are working and to stop the miners getting wet. Let me go back to StreamYard for a second. Guys, I need to take a comfort break. Nature's call. You guys happy to chat chat among each other for 2 seconds while I take the nature's call. Just give me a minute, guys, and I'll be back. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it, dude. Catch you again. Give me a few seconds, guys. I'll be straight back. I am back. I'm back, guys. Just give me a second. I just had to go to the bathroom. While camera's off, what's all the ones now? Is all. Hang on, I go refresh the. What's all the. What's all the ones? Take a challenging kitchen. Thank you for coming and watching to me rabbiting on about stuff. Disney Mad, hope you're good. Take a challenging kitchen. Just give me a second, guys. I need a cigarette. It's very weird trying to concentrate on the camera in front of me. The StreamYard screen is there, and down there is the phone with YouTube and chat. Oops, I did have chat. How am I doing so far? Because my anxiety early on and my nerves were terrible. I was talking or chatting to one of you good friends before the stream, and I was saying my nerves are terrible. Thank you, Winnie. It would be nice if someone came up to keep company. Because I'm alright. A little bit of Dutch courage. Right, let's go. Thank you, buddy. To be honest, I use, hang on me, to be honest, I use the basic equipment um, for reasons I won't discuss online. It's not for YouTube to know. Those of you who are close to me will know my situation. So all the videos you see on this channel are on budget equipment. The stream you're watching now is from my camera I use in the mines. It's not a GoPro. We can't afford GoPro, so we make do with what we got. The footage seems to be okay. But at the end of the day, this channel isn't about making top-end videos for likes or views. This channel, I started this channel for me to basically save all my my content and video footage, I call it. So I basically save all my footage of the history underground, and the easiest place for me to save it is YouTube. The bonus of saving the footage to YouTube is that you awesome people get to see what's underground as well. So that is a big bonus. There'll be a lot of you who maybe won't be able to ever see what's underground. So it is nice to be able to take you on a journey with me, and you can watch the crazy mad stuff from the safety of your sofa, or in the case of some of you ladies, behind the sofa. I'm not going to mention names, but you know who you are, who like to hide behind the sofa. So yeah, I'm going to go into sharing footage. Hopefully you are seeing this. Thank you, Dee. Appreciate that. Welcome, open-minded. Hope you're well. Thank you for coming and joining this hopefully okay stream. I'm just making it up as I go along. I did do a bit of prepping yesterday for this, so hopefully it's okay. Thank you, Winnie. Straight back at you. I lost my train of thought for a second. Yeah, I have used this. I used my phone as the webcam for the stream when I showed you all my metal detective finds. Oh, so we come to the interesting. That's awesome, buddy. I'm not disabled, but in 2019, I did my back in, and I was not able to work, or haven't been able to work since. I got a pretty bad back injury. I will not go into it, but I used to mine explore way before YouTube, before my back went. But I find that trying to do my mine exploring once a month, if I'm very lucky, twice a month, is my escape from being stuck in the prison. But I'm not going to go into it anymore. That we can chat about that again on a private stream if you want. I'm not one to talk about my problems. There are people out there who are worse off than me. You gotta eat your humble pie. Take care, Will. It's great to see you in the stream. Take it easy, bro. I know it's always awesome having you about. Love your videos. If you've not checked out the Urban Legend UK, please subscribe to the channel. He's got awesome videos. He does awesome live streams as well, and he's a top guy. I can't say any nicer comments. So let me just check the StreamYard. Yeah, we're still sharing. So thank you, Liam Starman. You will recognize this picture here, most deadly mine explore we did. And number 4, I think, on the top 5 explores. And Winnie was spot on when we premiered the number 4 top 5. This picture here, we're basically me standing on this. This is a flooded stope, so there's an untold amount of water below me here. 2 flimsy old bits of rope, 3 pieces of tree. And yes, when I was editing this video, and even when I was editing the second time round for number 4 of the top 5, it still gives me chills watching that part of the film where we stand on top of this timbers here. I know Daisy loves these pictures looking out from inside the mine, out of a shaft or a stope, and seeing the trees on the outside here. Thank you, buddy. He's a top man, Urban. I was showing you a picture early on in the stream with the pick marks from the old mine workings. We call them here coffin levels. Thank you, Winnie. So basically a coffin level is an ancient mine workings. So all these old coffin levels would be dug out by hand. Thank you, buddy. I apologize. I did a test recording of doing this stream yesterday, and when I was sharing this screen and enlarging the pictures to full screen, It was just taking forever to load. Um, Yesterday, so it's still running. Yeah, sorry, but that's the problem I was having yesterday. It would crash the StreamYard. So I found it worked okay. I changed the screen as long as I kept the pictures in this size. Thank you for putting the Instagram up, Winnie. Did I see someone say go in? If I've missed someone, go in. Thank you for being here. So that's the coffin level anyway. And you'll see the pick marks on the side. I think this is a picture from the coffin level video I did, where I actually heard footsteps behind me in these coffin levels. And that particular coffin level where I heard footsteps behind me, you could not turn around in it because it was basically just cut to fit the person. So you couldn't turn around and get back out quickly. You had to back out to find a better place to turn around. To the left here, we spoke briefly about false floors. This false floor here is basically just before this picture. It's the most deadly mine I've explored video. And a lot of the time, this will be all covered pebbles and stones like this. And you would not know, you could not tell that this would be a false floor if it was all like this. And this is why I tell everybody not to go into mines, because when the false floors look like this here all over the floor, it is extremely dangerous because you would not see the false. You could be walking straight off from rock here, straight onto a false floor, and you would know it. So please do not do what you see on my videos ever, unless you were somebody experienced. Another good picture of a coffin level there. Another picture of a stope with a small pillar in the middle. Again, those of you who will see me in August will get to see this mine. You will also get to see the Wall of Deads in that mine. You'll get to see this wall. Yo, grilling and chilling with Mojo. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Did I see the awesome PA come in? Yes, I did. Excuse me, people, sorry. Welcome, PA bro. Hope you're doing well. I've seen your notifications for your videos. So that's what I'll be doing later. Watching your videos. So going back to the pictures, we were talking about stack of deads, the waste rock that the miners would stack inside the mine to save taking out. In this picture, obviously the camera couldn't get the whole wall in, but from the very bottom to the very top of this stack of dead or wall, talking up to 50 foot. There's 50 foot of height of stone there, or waste rock, just stacked there. And this is a close-up shot of the stack of deads. Welcome to a cave indeed. We'll skip this picture. I don't know who that crazy mad bloke is. This is not a very good picture. There's another picture of a stope. That's a hanging wall there. That's the other side, bottom side of the stope. You got your timbers going across there. And you probably can't see from there. But in the background you can see the planks doing the side of the manway and skipway. So the other side of these timbers here, you can just see the wall of timbers going there. Is basically this here. So we were looking the other picture earlier on in the stope. Now we're in the skipway. This is the skipway. So a minecart and a skip cart are different. Minecarts run flat in the tunnels or levels. There's a minecart there, which are always in the tunnels. Skipway there. Skipway here. Later on in the pictures, you'll know the skip cart will go up and down this rail here. Earlier on we were talking about manway where the ladders were. You could just see the square, black square there. In here would be the manway, and that's where the ladders would have been. The other side of these beams and this skipway. So skipway here, manway there. Some more timber deck sections, or a ton of rocks behind. So we were talking about stopes early on. Obviously we're at the top of the stope, looking down the stope there. You can see the original ladder here with the original chain and a modern ladder to the side of it. Again in this picture, a stope going that way. Some in here probably about 4 foot maybe wider. The stope will be about 4 foot wide here, I guess. The timber's going across. In some mines, especially the old metal mines around here, some of these stopes are only about a foot wide. We have seen them in some of our videos. Let me just check in chat. Let me know in chat if I'm not interacting enough with chat. I'm still trying to get used to live streaming. Hopefully in the future we'll get somebody else up on the panel. So if we do something like this again, we can relay messages. Welcome to the chat, The Undertaker. And welcome Dave. Hope you all well. So we were talking earlier about false floors. In this picture here, we are looking straight up, vertically. In the videos and the photos, it's sometimes hard to get your video or try and move the camera in such a way that when we walk along a tunnel and when we swipe up, looking straight up, that you see it. So we're looking at the slope here, vertical, and at the top of the slope, we see a small circular false floor. Above that, in this particular video, we were walking above this. Sometimes you see the timbers, most of the time it's covered in rock and you don't see it. In this picture to the left, you see the stope. This is the stope. See the stack of deads there. Our favourite ladders going up. See a false floor there. And again, blistering. Remember this ladder. Let me put chat back on. Let me say again. So blistering, remember this ladder. These are one ladders we go up. We shimmy round this false floor and then we walk up and into the slope above, a different slope higher up in the hill. Different slope again. No, they're not rotten at all, bro. Bistrin. Different part of the slope now. So that's one side of the slope. That's the other side. And we're looking vertical up the slope. At the top of the very top of the slope, you can see a false floor there. And we walk above this, but you don't see this. You're walking on rubble. Safe as houses. Moving on, let's have a look. Back to the main ladder. So in August, in this particular mine, this will be the first ladder you will see. Safe as houses. And obviously I'll be checking it the day before or a couple of days before, and I'll still be checking the state of the mine before we have a meetup. For a simple reason, mines change daily. So what could be fine today may be collapsed in a few months. So that's why I'll be double checking all the locations a day or two before. So I've got a day's notice of a state of all the places we go. Yo Vegas, hope you're doing good. Welcome to the stream. I was showing you earlier on the manway, skipway. So you had, my mouse is going funny. So you had the skipway one side with the rails going down near vertical, and then to the, you had the small manway. So in the skipway, you would have a cart, and this is a skip cart. Give you a front-on shot. So if you ignore this picture, the writing on this picture, you could basically plonk this skip cart straight on the rails here, and this cart will be bringing ore up or down the skipway. I think these are miscellaneous pictures. These aren't very clear. In this particular picture here, I couldn't take any pictures. I couldn't take any pictures in this. Uh, this is a air shaft, and this is hundreds and hundreds of feet deep. So we're probably down about 100 foot here at this point. Looking down, we've got steel ladders, the top section, and to the top of the mountain. We're roughly down here about 100 foot. You can see the ladders going down, obviously my rope going down. I did notice when I was going down the ladder, but on coming back up this ladder, these ladders are tied in to these rails with the timber going across here. You can still see a bit of a timber there wedged into the side of the shaft there, and then tied into timbers here. When I was coming back up this ladder, the ladder was coming away from the wall, the back of the mine, so the wall is here, and this ladder is resting against the wall. On coming back up the ladder, every run I was pulling myself up, the ladder was coming away from the wall. So the rest of the ladder, obviously I was using the ascender, hand ascender, just using my feet then to go up each run, which saved me pulling up on each run and pulling the ladder away. In this picture, in this here, we were right down there, further than what the light is showing, and we're down here between 200 foot and 250 foot. So we've got another between 20 and 30 foot of rope left here. So we're down a couple hundred feet, and it was still about 100 foot to the very bottom. That's awesome Vegas. I love abandoned mining towns. There's not a lot of ruins left in these mines, to say the least. There's only one mine in mid Wales with a few machinery left, and one other mine where one of the national organisations in Wales restore the buildings or parts of the walls and outside workings of a mine mill. That's on my channel. I can't remember the name of the film. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Um, we've come to the end of the explaining basic mind terminology. I hope it gives you all a bit more better understanding of some of the mind terms I say in my videos. I do try and say the mind term of a certain part of the mind, and I also try and give the simplified version as well. So sometimes you'll see me I sometimes say like slope, I slope or cavern. So you know now when I what I mean when I call the mind by the different parts of the mind by the mind term. I'm just looking at the chat. I'm just looking at chat, something just come to my attention. It's all right. So yes, let's come to the end of the mind terminology I sometimes use in my videos. If somebody would like to come up on the panel, I'll give you a bit of time if somebody does. If not, we'll come to the end of the stream. I haven't got a clue how long we've been on. Let me refresh my chat. Please be respectful in chat, please. Everybody in this chat, especially everybody in blue, are all very nice people. So please be respectful. So if I'll give it 5 minutes. If anybody likes to come up on the panel for chat, talk about their channel, stuff like that. Uh, Thank you, Winnie. Yeah, I love seeing the cards. You very rarely see them, Daisy. Very, very rarely see them. Uh, that card on the screen now, that is the only minecart with rivets I've seen. And when I showed you part one side of a wooden cart, that's the only one I've seen in a different mine. In this mine, with the cart you're seeing now, in this mine is the skipway cart. Oh, pardon me. And that'd be the first thing you see inside this mine. I can't see anybody coming up, so I'll probably close the live stream down so I can breathe a little. So, firstly, I would like to thank everybody in the chat who's been here. They've all been awesome. Moral support. Just being here is awesome. Appreciate every single one of you. So, I hope you all have a great evening if you're in the UK. Or great day, night or morning, depending where you are in the world. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for being here, and hopefully I'll see you on the next stream. So for now, I will say thank you, good night, good evening, take care wherever you are, and thank you again. So I'll close this down. Before I forget, I have another live stream planned, I think it's in 2 days' time, maybe a day's time now. As you all know, my memory's like a sieve. If you check the channel, there is another live stream planned. That will be an open panel. Can chat about your channels. It's also Q's and A's. So if there's any questions you want to ask me about exploring or anything, there's an option there. So we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for now. Take care. Oh, I still take care.